Felix and Josh have been invited by LIFT, the London International Festival of Theatre, and Ideas Tap to create an audio piece at the Victoria and Albert Museum.
The writing's gone from looking very generally at first to quite a few different Roman and Greek myths, eventually focusing down on Psyche as the kind of starting point for the residency, looking at the whole of her story, then stripping a lot away, focusing on a few kind of key themes and images that were kind of standing out for me. Then kind of taking from that, pulling stuff out, and really examining kind of what elements of the story are quite interesting. What can we use in the kind of final piece in terms of making a whole narrative. So now we're looking at how to think about four different stories which are connected to the underworld in some way, in quite a loose context, and then a kind of fifth voice, which will be the Minotaur, which will kind of offer a continuous kind of backbone to the narrative, but, and then also one that kind of is affected by and clouded by the four other stories that go on. And then from that, I guess, looking in how it can be developed into this space, how these four different stories, and then the fifth one as well, occupy different spaces in the place. The main theme is desire. So it seems to be something which is common in a lot of the stories, but this idea of desire and how to explore that, both in terms of the kind of archetypes and the roles which you have in these kind of classical stories, but then also how we can take out of that and build something about maybe contemporary relationships and communication between different people.
At first, I'd not known what to do. I'd let him take me like I'd seen the dogs do in the street. In the dark, I could think of other things. I'd think of home, of food. But the things didn't feel that bad. They felt good, actually. Soon I would wait impatiently for night to come, when I would be led to the dark room with him there. On the veranda, I'd watch the sunset, my heart beating when I went out of sight. Heavy dark. A whispered breath against my neck. A fingertip. On that night, the light of the candle pricked the dark. I did what my sister said I should. Light the candle and look at what I could see. Through that gap in the blackness, I saw my husband's face. It was no monster there. All the things I'd felt on him when he'd been on me, all the ridges of his spines, the teeth ready to strip, the legs of a beast, the snake between, none of that was there. All the things I'd used to make a picture in my mind, things I'd felt with my own fingers in the dark, felt as they'd come on me, passed over, all that melted away. In the faint candlelight, there was only the face of a boy.